Well, Micky, a very exciting night, but a very, very important 3 points.
Oh yeah, huge. We had to win tonight. We understood that nothing else would have done us. We had to win. We had to get ourselves going again. I thought for the majority of the second half we were the better team. I really did. I thought we were excellent. We came into the second half and really got after them, scored the goal, and then they piled forward like you would do when you were 2-1 down, and they had a little bit of a spell and scored from a corner kick, which we're disappointed, but we went again. We kept going in the spirit among them, considering we haven't gathered the results together that we would have wanted to do in the last month, really. Shows the character of the boys, and I deserve victory.
Throughout the difficult spell, I mean, it's not the home form that's fallen away. I mean, the home form's been great all season, and the fans tonight just knew how important this was too.
Yeah, I think everybody did, and we understand that we have to do better. We have to be tougher away from home, and sometimes it's been a wee bit of poor fortune at poor times. I don't make any excuses, but we know that we have to gather more points on the road and be a wee bit more rugged or whatever it takes to get some points. But we know we're formidable here, especially on a Friday night. We know what the atmosphere's like, and it was a Friday night performance underneath the lights that a lot of people will remember. I think what a lot of people going to the weekend now, delighted with the way that it's gone, and we're certainly happy that we've gathered a magnificent 3 points.
Set the tempo early on. You got the early goal through Clarkey, and then a bit stop-start, wasn't it, with a lot of whistle, yeah. and that sort of didn't that help you very much, to be honest?
No, because the game never really got any flow, and they're a big team, and then it becomes about them delivering it into dangerous areas and being able to get their big players up, and then it's all about knockdowns, and there's another foul, and it becomes a wee bit like that, and I can't control that. I can't do much about that because the game loses its flow. But we kept going, and we kept battling away, and even though I think we had about 17 minutes injury time, which was a long time, we kept going, and like I say, it's the most important thing tonight is we understood we had to get a win. We said that at half time, that a draw's no good to us. We have to win. We cards on the table. It was important we got a result, and we did that.
7 minutes stoppage on the end of the first half. I wasn't quite sure where the 7 minutes came from, and then the equaliser at the end of it.
I've been here since I was 24 years of age, and I've never seen that amount of injury time here. Never. Not seen that. But listen, that's what it is, and we go home and probably grateful that we got that amount of injury time anyway, because we scored in it. So we have to take that. But I think it was a good game. I think it was a good atmosphere. I think it was a great advert for the Division 2 teams going at it, trying to get a victory. I was pleased that it landed on our side.
And then the injuries in the second half, poor Powell back from his hamstring injury. Is it the same again? I mean, he could have scored, didn't he? And he goes off, but of course then the match winner comes on, Elliots.
Yeah, I think he's done it, his hamstring again. He's distraught, the lad. I mean, if it wasn't for bad luck, he wouldn't have anybody. It's really sad. I mean, but he's showed character before, and he'll get the support. He's obviously very disappointed now, but he'll get great support from all of us, and we'll hopefully get him back as quick as possible. But then, like you say, Elliot comes on, and a few people had disappointed us the last few weeks. They really had, and that's why we changed the team a little bit. I don't need to name names, but you know how we made the changes. A few of them let themselves down. They didn't hit the levels that we believe that they can. But then you see how they performed tonight. They were outstanding. There was some unbelievable performances, and Elliot gets a brilliant 2 goals. But they've got to keep the standards there. We've got to keep demanding that that's how they fight and how they play all the time. You can't turn football on like a tap, but certainly tonight they showed the reasons why we get disappointed when they don't hit the levels that they've hit tonight, but they did that tonight, so fair play to them.
Yeah, Elliot showed the striking qualities he's got, a one-on-one goal, very, very cool, and then I think it was a good pass by Lewis for him for the second one, for the second goal, but even so he had a lot to do and it was a terrific finish. Yeah,
he's still got a lot to do. It's still a great little composed move, because you can lose your composure there as a midfield player. He's 19 years of age. I mean, that's fantastic, that in that spell of the game, that he knows that this pass must count, and he got it absolutely right, and then Elliot is great and buries it. And the whole place just erupts, and it's a fantastic evening, isn't it?
Injuries for Kieran Morris as well, unfortunately.
Well, he gets whacked, and I think there was 4 tackles. I hate talking about the referees because people go as Micky whinging about the refs, but I think there was 4 bookable challenges that if you nip it in the bud early, you don't get the other 3, and there was 4, and then he gets almost carried off, and nothing. We didn't get a foul for that. I mean, I think he should play on, but nothing for that. And then the boys had to come off with an injury from that challenge. It's not right. It's got to be better than that. It's got to be better.
didn't stop Josh McPake and then Josh Oakes when he came on getting on the ball, and you caused them real problems then?
I think McPake was more like what he should be in the second half. I think the first half we gave him a wee bit of a rocket at half time, and he reacted properly in the way that you should do, because you know that you should be performing better. And I thought he was brilliant in the second half. I love dribbling and I love all that clever play and that composure, and he showed us that in spades. And he worked much harder the second half and within the framework of the team, and he played a big part in us getting that result in the second half.
As you say, you're on a losing run, and the challenge is to be better, isn't it? Now they've been better. Now the challenge is consistency to the end of the season.
You've got to keep hitting the levels. I know people will be maybe disappointed sometimes. When we changed the team that one time, but we had to get some kind of reaction out of people. We couldn't keep going with the same group, not hitting the levels that they had to hit. We never got the desired result that we wanted in the last game, but we got a reaction tonight from the boys that were left out because they knew that they'd let us down, and I mean that in a good way, because I know what they're capable of, and they got to perform like tonight, and now the standards again have been set, and we will be driving them on all the time to keep hitting their levels, because when they hit their levels, we're a really good team. We're a really good team, but when they're not quite at it, or the mentality is not quite in the right place, we suffer, because they're good players and we need them to play well. But certainly tonight, I thought they were brilliant, and it was a brilliant Friday night at Tranmere.
Just a word about one young man you did take out of the side tonight, Ross Stewart and Joe Murphy back in.
I just think that again, he's a very young goalkeeper. He's going to be brilliant. I have no problem with that. But you've got to make big decisions sometimes, and for the good of Tranmere. And he's played an awful lot of football for a lad of his experience, but he will definitely come again. We're delighted to have him here, but he deserved a bit of a backward step and to gather himself again, and he'll come again. But Joe's deserved his opportunity to go in and show that composure that he did and help us get a result, because at the end of the day it's about Tranmere. It's not about me being disappointed, them being disappointed. It's about putting teams out there that have to get the result for Tranmere, and I have to make their decisions sometimes, and we just think about Tranmere with no emotion. We just got to get Tranmere winning games, and we were able to do that tonight, so we're all delighted. It's a big effort from everybody, fans included, so we're delighted. And
you did that with Elliot Nevis earlier in the season as well, and I think he's repaid you tonight.
Yeah, definitely, but they've got to hit their levels and keep there, because we're a big football club that demands players, good players, but it demands them to play well, and it demands them to work very very hard, and when they don't, they'll find themselves at the team, because that's a basic standard of this football club, and they showed that tonight. So I'm really pleased with them, but I'm going to have to keep it going, because that's what the club demands.